Good morning students. Today we will be covering the last three topics of our chapter number 2, that is division of sectors, how to protect workers in unorganized sectors in terms of ownership. Now when I talk about division of sectors, the division of sectors has been grouped into two, that is organized sector and unorganized sector. Now I have created a difference between organized sector and unorganized sector, as you can see. So in organized sector, the person will get a regular payment, I can say regular salary. When it comes to unorganized sector, the person will get irregular payments during a given period of time. In organized sector, it is regulated by government and has to follow certain rules and regulations such as Factories Act, Minimum Wages Act, Gratuity Act. Whereas in unorganized sector, rules and regulations are there of the government, but they are not properly followed. In organized sector, there is formal process and procedures for everything, whereas in unorganized sector, it is low paid and not regular. In organized sector, there is job security and job assurity, whereas in unorganized sector, there is no job security and job assurity. If a person works more in organized sector, he will get overtime payment. Whereas if a person is working overtime in unorganized sector, he will not get that payment. There are certain medical benefits or certain benefits I can say in organized sector, whereas in unorganized sector there are no such benefits. After retirement, the person will get pensions, whereas in unorganized sector the person will not get pensions. Now I can say an example for organized sector, like whatever we have written here as a difference. I can give an example. A person, suppose A, who goes to his office, gets his salary, he has been already registered. Whenever he gets a job, he has a job assurity that he is working with that company with the letter. Whenever he works more, he gets an overtime payment, plus he gets a medical benefit as well as other benefits, as well as whenever he retires, he gets pensions at a proper period of time. Bang opposite, whereas I talk about B, he is in an unorganized sector. He works day and night but hardly gets any payment, though he is registered with that company, but the rules and regulations are not followed properly. He gets low paid and sometimes his payments are irregular. He has no job assurity or job security. Whenever he works overtime, there is no such payment known as overtime payment. He will not get medical benefits or any kind of benefits. Even if he retires, there is no such pensions which will be there for an unorganized sector. Proceeding towards the next topic, that is how to protect workers in unorganized sector. So before proceeding to this topic, like there are certain steps which is not there, but I have made it on point so that in order to know the better concepts like how to protect workers in an unorganized sector. But before that, we should know that the organized sector offers jobs that are most sought after, but these employment opportunities have been expanding very slowly. It is common to find many organized sector enterprises in unorganized sector because they adopt such strategies in order to evade tax and not to follow the regulations and laws of the government. These jobs are not secure and have no other benefits. Since 1990s, it is also common to see a large number of workers losing their jobs in the unorganized sector, or I can say organized sector. These workers are forced to take up jobs in the unorganized sectors with low earnings. What happens? Beside the need for more work, obviously, there is also a need for protection and support of the workers in organized sector. Now, when I talk about rural areas, there are sharecroppers, artisans, weavers, blacksmiths, carpenters, and goldsmiths. They need credit facilities, storage facilities, and marketing outlets. Now when I talk about urban areas, the unorganized sector comprises mainly of workers like construction workers or casual workers, people who are working in trade and transport, street vendors, garment makers. So they also need support for procuring raw materials and marketing output. The casual workers in both rural and urban areas need to be protected. So we find majority of workers from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, backward communities find themselves in an unorganized sector. Besides getting in irregular and low paid work, these workers also face social discrimination, protection and support to the unorganized sector. Now these are certain points like it should be creating a job opportunity, there should be safe environment facilities, there should be job assurity, there should be protection in order to support the unorganized sector in economic development as well as in social development. Proceeding towards the last topic, that is sectors in terms of ownership. Now there are two types, or I can say grouped into public sector and private sector when I talk about sectors in terms of ownership. Now when I say public sector, majority of the shares and services which are provided by the government. Here I have written government owns most of the assets and provides all the services. Examples can be railways, post office. When I talk about private sector, the major ownership of assets and delivery of services is in the hands of private individuals like Tisco, Reliance Industrial Limited and so on. Now, there are several things needed by the society as a whole but which the private sector will not provide at a reasonable cost. Have you asked the question why? Now some of these need spending larger sums of money which is beyond the capacity of private sector. Now the government comes in, where the government spends larger sums of money for health and education facilities, purchases crops from the farmers so that at fair price, so that the stores and godowns can sell at lower price to the consumers through ration shops. When I talk about electricity, that means electricity here private and government works hand in hand with those industries who can provide electricity at affordable cost. It also needs attention to the human development which government takes care of. This is the last topic for today. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Thank you.